What's up, my minutes Kiahonfire, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today we're looking at a really exciting video on how to have fun while you're knocking out things, or, you know, a really good way to knock out things. We're going to have a bit of fun today because for the last weekend or so, my computer actually went down and, oh my goodness, the motherboard broke. But luckily I had a spare computer that I could set up and get ready again, but oh my goodness, I know what I'm saving for this year. It was really bad. So that's why I was gone for a couple of days, but I'm back now, baby, and hopefully for a long time that I'll be able to run this thing. But you know, we'll see. But I'm glad to be making videos again. I was going stir crazy not being able to. But anyway, enough with the chit chat. Let's get back into the video. So as I mentioned today, I think we should do something really interesting. You can see I have my chosen Sumerian berserker, and you can see I have a horse here. Now, on the Sumerian berserker, his clothes are a bit of a mishmash, but I would recommend probably strength clothing. This isn't all strength clothing, but it's just for example. And then give him something like the Seth's truncheon with the advanced blunting on it. You can pretty much give this to most thralls with really good armor, and then you're gonna have a lot of fun. So, but this is just a quick setup. Don't go ahead and use what I've set up here. You want to use strength, and then you might be able to use the executioner's hood and the war dancer plate. That would be really good with some upgrades on it, maybe to give him more armor. But just for example today, because I've had a horrible day, I just want to show you this really fun method of knocking out thralls. If you're one of these people that goes and knocks things out with truncheons, well, you're going to see why you want to convert that and you want to change. Because, you know, there is way better things to do. So one of the ways you could do it, you can either go on and just kill stuff or whatever, or you can get yourself on a mount now, because now you can drag thralls from a mount. So what we're going to do is, I actually do need to turn off my cloaking. I'm going to turn that off quick. Alright, what you need to do is you go into a camp, maybe use a bow and arrow or something. There you go. We've attracted this guy towards us. We're going to go and get this guy to knock him out with the concussion damage. You can actually see it because of the Hozav's UI mod right here, what he's doing. But you can see, he just absolutely clobbered that guy. So if we go into the camp, we can just have a really fun time going around, and they will go absolutely ham. And if you see anything you don't really want to be knocked out, you can just go by with the with your little horsey and kill him. And this guy's going to do a really good job of knocking out the target. You can see he just clobbered that one. And now he's going to go on a little rampage with us to go and knock out whatever else is in the camp. And that's pretty much how it goes. Just get a beefy tank, get it to do your bidding, and then just get rid of the ones you don't like. Of course, if there's archers, they might knock you off the horse, but it should be alright. You get straight back on there. Make sure you just take it slowly. Don't go charging in balls deep into a really big camp full of things. Just take it slow, and he should be able to knock out things pretty good. So he's just going to go and do it again. You get a little bit of staggering when someone attacks him, but as soon as he gets on the ball, you see, he kind of really does them in. And it will only take a few smacks anyway of what he's going to do. We could probably count the amount of smacks. I think that one might be a T4. They're a very high level. So perhaps if we go and get him to go and smack another high level over here. Let's have a look. Maybe some of these guys over here. Might be a little bit hard to tell because I think two of them are coming. Oh no, there's an archer over there, so... Oh. He doesn't like him. Alright, let's count the amount of smacks he does. 1, 2, 3... That's 3 smacks there. And then 4. That's 4 smacks for that guy. And this is a T4 katana. Wow. He absolutely clobbered that one. So you can see it's very effective, and you can see my actual thrall's HP in the top right in the middle of the screen. He is actually not dying at all because he has food in his inventory, which makes him pretty much indestructible if you have some good armor on him. So Remember, if you want to replicate this, get a really good truncheon, stick an advanced blunting on it, or if you're early game, you could even stick one of the other bluntings on. It might not knock out as quick, but it would be good fun for you to do, and it should be really helpful when you go and knock things out in general. We can do some smacks on him, but you can see he's doing way better than I'm doing currently. I'm not really spec'd out though either, but you can see he's hitting like a truck. So... he's pretty good for the job anyway, and we don't really lose any health over the board. He helps us out a lot, if I'm honest. And if you just interrupt the thralls as well, maybe hold a shield or something if you're going at this at a lower level. If you hold a shield, let him do most of the work, then you're definitely going to have an easier time. So if we come over to this bit, I got a shield now. I'll give you a little example of how I would do it if I didn't have a horse. Of course, horses aren't great at everything. Perhaps they just want to go for him, we can just go up behind, roll out the way. So there we go, he's getting a few smacks in over there now that I've taken some of the targets off of him. Ideally you don't want too many targets at the same time so you can kind of do your job. But again, the shield's going to really help you out if you do need. But ideally I don't recommend bringing this many targets with you, but if you do have all the attention, you're going to see he's going to give them a nice clobbering in the back of the head in a minute, which is going to be great for us. You can see he just did a 266 concussion damage there as well. Looks like we have another one after us as well. Oh, he just gave a massive smack to those. Let's see if he can do it again, or if he's got too many people after him now again. So we've got a couple of dagger people. He's going to give them a smack. Instantly knock that guy out. It's going to be a lot easier for you if you do it. Because, again, high settings. But he is just going to absolutely grab these guys. So, yeah. We're still tanking. He's going to do the hitting for us. Go on then, mate. Yeah, after them. Attaboy. Knock our thralls out. I really like using the thrall method though to knock things out, because there's one reason because of that, because it makes it so if you do bring a thrall and they have like killer weapons that you don't actually go and kill everything. And then if you have like a bunch of unconscious things you don't want, you can just stab it with the pike mode to get rid of it. Or you can use a different kind of way to kill them. It's a little bit fiddly when you have weapons that move around like this, but you'll eventually kind of get there if you can pinpoint it in the right place, and then you can kill them. The unconscious ones, you can still like collect their loot and harvest their body if they have any on them. But you can see it's going to make getting things way easier for you if you have a thrall to assist you. That's pretty much not going to really die either because he has this meat constantly healing him. I don't think I've seen his health really go down once. So there you go. You can just take things out with whatever weapon you have, and then when he knocks out the thrall you want, you can just drag it with your binding, or if you're on the back of the horse, sit on the back of the horse, click E when you're looking at the thrall, and you can drag that as well. I don't think I gave you an example of that yet, so let me just go and grab the horse and I'll show you what you can do with the horse now. If you haven't seen this, you can actually now bind on the horse, which is pretty crazy. I absolutely loved it when it came in. It took me a little while to figure out, but it is a thing. And I don't know if any of you, you might have seen it if you saw my update video. But if you didn't, here's one for you guys that haven't seen it. And if not, you pretty much know what's going to happen. So if you get a binding, I'll use the chain one because it's a lot easier to see them, the bindings at the dead. So we look at that. There we go, we clicked E, whatever your select key is. If you're on console, then whatever your select button is. But you can see now we have the one we want. And if we want, we can still continue around the Black Galleon camp with him in our hand. Use our weapon to get rid of things we don't want. And then he can knock out whatever else we have. We can quickly return to the Wheel of Pain and put in our select thrall. So that is kind of like how I like to knock thralls and things out, because it's a really safe method. It's really good. It's really efficient actually. It's way better than if you're just solo and you just have a truncheon and a shield and that's all. So I definitely recommend using a thrall. If you've never seen that, definitely invest in it. It's good to give your thrall some good armor. They are very, very useful in Conan. But anyway, this is a little bit of a fun video just to do today because I really needed some cheering up. So I hope you liked it anyway. Maybe you learnt something new anyway. Maybe you'll go and get yourself a Seth truncheon now. I don't know. If you don't know where those are, if you go in the wine cellar dungeon, you see Waterside. There'll be a tavern called Conan's Tavern, and there's a door at the back, and just in the entrance should be a drunken guy that you can kill, and you have a chance to get his truncheon. But if not, still will work just as good, I imagine. And of course, when you're leveling up as well, getting the lower tier, I imagine you can pretty much get a really good result out of that as well. You saw it didn't take him many hits anyway. Just give them some either strength armor or armor with a lot of armor. If it's a low level thrall, maybe give it some vet armor so it can heal. Definitely give it food, 100%. Always give them food because it makes them pretty much invincible. And then if you bring in a horse, also make sure to feed that something that's going to heal it really quick. Or something like that. Give it a nice saddle, etc. But anyway, that's enough from me today. Thank you for watching. I love you all and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!